Home.
How many days do you want to just stay in the library? Mostly one day is enough. But how many days have you been in the library?
Too many
that
days.
is illegal. Illegal.
Maybe.
Very good. So, excuse me. So, the thing is, as I just always mentioned about, even we are exactly ourselves, no doubt at all. But the thing is, we don't know much about who we are. See, this is such a miserable thing. Well, except God is, except God is. The guys that you don't need to worry about anything because even you are in a library, you don't know much about where you are. Very great. So you can stay there as long as you want to, because nobody accuse you. Nobody accuse you. Oh, excuse me. Today, inside in library, quite much different. Is it a library or in your house?
No, it's no library.
This is a palace. This is Paris. In Paris. Are you?
Palace. Very rich. I'm very rich.
Very good. Okay. So, as I just mentioned about, that's reason. See, we don't know much about who we are. So, within our life, we have to just realize who we are. See, what Shakyamuni Buddha's realization is such a entirely different from what we think of the self. See, entirely different. You see, how much difference is just like Garish. Garish doesn't know much about who you are, doesn't much about who he is, and he doesn't know much about what he is doing right now, and also where he is. This is the essential ourselves. See, we don't know much about who we are. We don't know much about what we are doing. Also, we don't know much about where we are. See, in another word, we are just acting. See, without awareness right now. See, everybody just acting without awareness. See, this is a tremendous, wondrous just activity. See, wondrous existence. That's the reason we have to do that in order to realize who we are. Without awareness, see, I'm talking about the things to you, and without awareness, you're listening. What I'm just talking about. See, without awareness. That's the reason. See, people never be able to understand this reality, right knowledge. Yeah, that's the reason we have to do a zazen. See, once you just realize this reality, you never have any problems, any problem, question, trouble at all, the so-called suffering. You're completely separate from suffering. So that's the reason. See, Shakyamuni Buddha, patriarchs just recommend us to do zazen. Hi. Very simple, very simple. But it's totally difficult for us to understand. Well, for us to understand what's Shakyamuni Buddha's realization, even in concept. But even you don't know much about what it did, simply just do doesn't. You can do it. Then you'll be able to just encounter. See, eventually you can just encounter to yourself. To yourself. It's just such a huge, huge one. See, this essential self is much bigger than the universe. See, even universe just come out on this the essential self. See, that's much huge one. Right. Okay, we go back to the today's text, number 15. Number 15. Number 15. No. Number 51. The last time we did unconditional with number 50, but continually we do the unconditional with number 51. Unconditional. See, without any condition. Without any condition. See, boy, in other words, without doing anything. Without doing anything. You may be able to say without awareness. Without awareness. See, we can just simply acting. We can just simply act. See, right now, right here. Without any condition. Without awareness. See, without doing anything. See, we'll simply just act. We can just simply act right now, right here. Can you just can you accept this reality? See, people think about with any condition, people just try to act anything. But that is a completely misunderstanding. That is a completely misunderstanding. See, without any condition, we can simply act. See, that's such a easy activity. Such a easy activity we are doing right now. This year, people never be able to understand it even in concept. See, that's much. See, that's much. The Shakyamuni Buddha or the patriarchs have a trouble to just teach what the true ourselves, what's the essential self means. That's completely different. That's much completely different from what we think of the self. See, that's the reason we have to do that. Then the more you do doesn't, the more you do doesn't. See, what doesn't need, what doesn't, whatever thinking or thought come out in your mind. See, thinking or thought is not a reality itself. See, it's a delusion. But unfortunately, people think, oh, the thinking is the reality. See, that is a total misunderstanding. As I just mentioned all the time, see, what the thinking is. See, when I just face this, see, I simply become as it is, without doing anything, without any condition, I simply become as it is. See, and that's it. That's it. Yeah. And complete end. When I just face two, I simply just become as it is and end. Nothing left at all. See, then you just recognize this one. See, there at the same time you recognize this one as I. See, otherwise we cannot just recognize this one. See? As long as the people will be able to just recognize the things there is two things have to be. See, one is things being recognized, and the other one is a person who just recognizes. See, otherwise you cannot recognize this one as it is. That's the reason. Before you recognize this, before you just recognize this, what we just think of the self never exists. Never exists. People don't know much about this level, unfortunately. Oh, it's a totally impossible. See, as long as the thinking just coming out in people's mind is after recognition, after thinking just come out. See? But that is not true. That is not true. The reality is, when I face this, I simply become as it is, and totally end. Nothing left alone. See, there you just take out a kind of memory, what you have done. Then you just try to figure out what it is, whatever. This is the creation of thinking. Not true. That is a delusion. People don't know much about it. That's the reason people have such a trouble. It's called as a problem creation trouble. See, reality is, when I face this, I simply become as it is, the end. Nothing else there. But as far as the thinking, why we will be able to just recognize this one? See, this is a big question. See? This is our true essential. Without thinking, without knowing, without thinking, we'll be able to just know more. We'll be able to just recognize thing as it is. So without the knowing, without knowing. That is down. That is down. People don't know much about this reality. See what people think about, because we recognize this one, then we will be able to just know much about what it is. This is totally misunderstanding. This is totally misunderstanding. See? When I face this, see, I simply become as it is, become one. See? When I face this, I become one with it. See? Become one. Oneness. See? Oneness. We don't know much about what it is. We don't need to know much about what it is. See? Because one. It's totally impossible to know much about what it is. See? Because of one. This, our essential is such a huge one. Without knowing, we'll be able to know much about what it is. Without awareness, we know much about what it is. That's the reason we have to do without them. See? Not the reason Shakyamuni Buddha or patriarchs just recommend us to do nothing. In order to just realize who we are, our essential ourselves, the essential ourselves entirely different from what we think of the self. Without knowing, we know much about everything. So easy, so easy to just see. But as far as people are concerned, people always try to just think about what try to figure out how we have to do, what we have to do before we just act. That is total misunderstanding. We never done such an activity. We never done such activity. Always. See, when I feel this, I simply become as it is. See, one, the end, and nothing left at all. This activity, continually we do just this, only this activity. When I face this, I simply become as it is. And nothing comes away with knowing. Nothing comes away with knowing. When I face this, I simply become as it is. See? The end. The end. Nothing there. See? This activity or this Dharma activity, people never understand it. See? But when you just do that, you'll be able to just recognize this reality. Without knowing, we will be able to be acting right now like this. This is a very important thing. People never understand it. See? People never understand. Nobody, I may be able to say nobody understand this reality, unfortunately. what people think of is because we just think of what we have to do, what we want to do, what we want to do. Then we'll be able to act. We'll be able to act. This is a total misunderstanding. See? Without knowing what we have to do, what we want to do, we can just simply act without just thinking. See? That's the reason we have to do it. See, that's it. In order to recognize this tremendous, huge, incredible, uncountable essentials. Excuse me. 何時に
今何時
ちょっと
今9時24分。
9時に。Okay. So today's text number 51. See, what are the just what are the just teach us? It's unconditional. See, when I say, see, we have to act unconditionally. Unconditional. We have to do an unconditional activity. See, people say it can be so, but can it be? Can it be? But it's totally impossible to do so. See, can it not be? How can it be? See, when I say you have to do unconditional activity, people say, well, it's totally impossible to do it. Well, we cannot do it. See? But the things is, see? Look at the eyes. Look at the eyes. See, when you face this, when I face this, see, you simply act everything as it is, without any condition. See, when I face this, you simply just act. You simply accept everything as it is. See, when I just clap my hand, you simply accept. You simply accept what I just clap, as I just clap my hand, without any condition. Without any condition, we are just acting right now, right here. However, I said, you have to do unconditional activity. People say, "Wow, it's totally impossible." Because see, it's a totally misunderstanding. Because we're just acting unconditional. See, without any reason, without any condition, without any condition, we can just act right now. That's much people don't know much about who we are. People totally don't know much. People totally don't know much about who we are. See? Because you see, even we are just acting. Well, we can just act without any condition right now, right here. People don't know much about it. Then I say, oh, we have to do unconditional activity. Unconditional activity. People say, oh, it's totally impossible. Why it's totally impossible? Because you are just acting right now. Unconditional activity. People don't know much about it. That's the reason it's called a trouble question problem. People don't know much about who we are, who they are. That's much people don't know much about. See, that's the reason we have to do the dozen. You know, to realize, to realize who we are. We are just acting. Any kind of activity, we are just acting. Well, we can just act it. We can just act unconditional activity. All, see, without any exception, without any exception, we are just acting. We are just the unconditional activity. Don't be deceived by thinking. Don't be deceived by thinking. How long are you going to keep downering over such trivial thoughts? How long are you going to keep downering over such a trivial thought? Unfortunately, people don't know much about their own activity. What people think about our activity is, see, our activity is the activity of thinking. Thinking, activity of thinking. That's enough. Or you may say human activity. Human activity. That's the people see just the recognize kind of thinking. Because people think of what other people want, what they just want to do, what they want to do, then they will be able to just act. That is a total misunderstanding. When you just think of what you want to do, what you should do, then activity. When you just act, without what you thinking of, what you have to do, what you should do. As far as the people are concerned, people think of it. Because people think of what we have to do, what they want to do, then they will be able to act. This is totally misunderstood. This kind of activity, we've never done it before. We've never done it before. Our activity, when I just think of, whatever we just think about what we want to do, then thinking is totally end. Then activity is nothing concerning what we think, what we have to do, what we want to do. That's the reason. Our activity is nothing concerning thinking. These things people never know much about, never understand it. This is the most important thing for us to realize who we are. That's the reason. Master Dojo just to teach you. Whatever thinking and thought come out in our mind, just to release as it is. Never care much about it. Never care much about it. As long as you care much about it, as long as you care much about thinking, you always think, oh, our activity is something concerned with thinking. You never be able to separate this idea or this thinking. Our activity is nothing concerned with thinking. This is the most important thing. If you are tempted to say something prior to your practice, your own practice, it will eventually be neglected. You must pay close attention. You don't need to care much about anything. Simply just face to simply just concern. Simply just concern with what you as you just face to. In other words, you just care much about what's happening with six senses. With six senses. The things that's happening with nothing comes out with the thinking, but the things that's happening right now is all the all six senses. Yeah, as well with six senses, what we think of the self never intervene, never be able to intervene. In other words, see, our six senses are the activities, nothing concerned with. Nothing concerned with what we think of self. Without self, those six senses simply just as they want to, randomly, without center. See, the things to ideas, the sound to ears, smell to a nose, or the taste to the mouth, and the kind of perception of the heart or cold or the body. And the thinking. That's it. Without center, without self, they are just active. They are just active. See? Randomly. So what people think about, well, without center, see? They are just active. So, it's going to be something trouble, question, but nothing trouble or question, even without sin. When a clock like see, you simply become this sound as it is, without doing anything. See? Why do you have to be? Why do you have to be? See? This is the most important thing. Without doing anything, we simply become as it is. See? We simply become one with everything. So we don't need to know much about. We don't need to know much about what it is. Because of one. Without thinking, without knowing, we can just simply act. This is the Dharma activity. This is the Dharma activity. This is the essential of self. Oh, that's it. Okay. So, so that's the reason we have to do something. See? What does it mean to be a completely immersed? What does it mean to be completely immersed? See? there is, okay. There is a state in which one's self, one's position, and everything else truly disappears. When you just become, when you become, see, when I face this, see, when I face this, I simply become as it is. See, there is nothing separation between this and this. See, nothing separation. And then when you just become as it is, there is nothing exists at all. There is nothing exists at all. The things what you think of what it is, see, completely disappear. Completely disappear. Once this experience, my innocence, once this experience, we have to just experience. Then you'll be able to know much about what the truth is, who we are. That is only the thing you'll be able to experience this. They will realize. You can just realize this reality. That's the reason we have to do that. See? There is a state in which one's self, one's position, and everything else truly disappear. It is only when you have truly fallen, that's far that you can truly realize it. See? This experience, we have to just realize once. Then you never have any doubts. You never have any doubts. See? When I face this, I simply become as it is. When I face this, I simply become as it is. See, when I clap my hand, you simply become this sun. Always become one. Always become one. Then see the things going on without center, without self. You see, this is the reality of ourselves. This is the reality of the essential of self. Never be deceived by thinking. What we think of the self is a creation of thinking. Never exists. Never exists at all. See? Reality is where reality is. See? When I feel this, I simply become a thing. See, without doing anything, without awareness, without any condition, simply become as it is. Simply become as it is. Simply become as it is. See? This is the essential of ourselves. This is the essential of ourselves. See? This reality, we have to just realize. Otherwise, see, you'll be able to know much about everything as knowledge or the concept. It's totally useless. It's totally useless. That's the reason the Shakyamuni Buddha or Patriarchs just recommend us to do that. That's the total reason. That's a total reason. See? See? Only doesn't. You'll be able to just realize this reality. What a doesn't need. What a doesn't need. Whatever thinking and thoughts come out in your mind. See? Without any reason. So you don't need to care much about it. You simply just release the other thing. See, this is a totally enough. this doesn't. You continue constantly do it. Then the more you do this doesn't, the more you become agitated. There is no separation between this and that. Then everything just disappears. Everything just disappears. Then something just happens. Then you'll be able to just recognize. You'll be able to just realize who you with this sound. Right. It's a very clear. It's a very clear. That's the reason you never worry about anything. Simply do that. Simply do this. That. Then you'll be able to encounter. Very fortunate. You'll be able to encounter the essential yourself. That's it. You'll be able to satisfy with everything. Hi, congratulations. Love you, son. Indian son. Next time. Well, meanwhile, well, I would like to ask you to just continue constantly. In order to just like, in order to encounter to yourself is such a huge one. Nothing concerned with what we think of the self. That is the Shakyamuni Buddha's realization. Would like to just recommend us to do it. Hi, thank you so much. Muchas gracias. So next month. はい。ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
はい。